What is going on, number ones? Here again, here for you, some Titanfall. We got the smiley robot on this half of the map, but the best part of the whole game is the smiley robot. So I got the Titanfall beta. It was actually sent to me by a subscriber on Twitter, and that was pretty cool. He got a code, I don't know how, and he sent it to me. And I decided to play some Titanfall, and I put a lot of time into the game. It was actually a really fun game. And I want to do this video kind of as a first impressions, because that's the nature of a beta. It's going to be basically first impressions. You're pretty limited in what you can do with the game when you're playing an alpha or a beta version of that game. You're not going to get everything you want to know about the game, but you get a good taste. Now, when we played the Titanfall beta, there were two maps. There was this one, and then there was another one. I don't remember the names of them. You'll be seeing gameplay, not in this video, but overall, I'm going to be doing some Titanfall videos here on my channel. You'll be seeing both maps, and you'll be seeing the different weapons and such. We got, I think, a total of 4 different weapons. You had the submachine gun I'm using right now. There was a carbine assault rifle. There was a shotgun, which you guys saw in a video I posted yesterday, and there was also a DMR sniper rifle. Pretty good, right? I mean, there's 4 different guns, but you got an idea of how different things work. Now, in the full version of the game, whether or not we're going to get different kinds of weapons in terms of multiple different variations of different carbines or different submachine guns. Like, for example, the submachine gun I'm using right now has a really high fire rate, but really, you'll be seeing in different parts of the video, it's kind of ineffective at any kind of a range, but the fire rate is absurd. Will there be a different kind of submachine gun where maybe it's a bit better at range but has a lower fire rate, kind of like a higher damage, lower fire rate style submachine gun, similar to what you might think of when you think of an AK-74U? I wonder if that'll be a thing. We did get 4 weapons, and they're all pretty balanced, right? The game itself, in my eyes, one of the biggest things that you could take away from my experience with the beta, which I played probably 8 hours of yesterday, just complete time sink. I almost didn't do Chem Strike Saturday because we were playing so much Titanfall. It was a really fun game. But I think one of the biggest things about it to take away would be the fact that it's a relatively balanced game. There's really nothing overpowered, and I say this as I'm jumping into a giant robot suit. That might seem a bit obscure to a lot of people. I'm saying the game's perfectly balanced as I just mowed down that guy with my giant robot suit. But the Titans, alright, so the basis of Titanfall is there are pilots and there are Titans. Now, a pilot is just a normal player on the ground, right? And every player has 2 minutes from the time basically they spawn in to when they can call in their Titan. And if you get a kill on like an enemy player, actual player, not NPC, which we'll be talking about NPCs coming up, or maybe you capture a flag, things like that, then it reduces the time it takes for you to call in your Titan. The Titans are balanced. They are. It's kind of difficult to explain. So my brother, he asked, like, first thing he gets on, and we're on the Skype call playing Titanfall, and he's downloading his, and, you know, we have this whole thing going on, and he's like, well, how are the Titans? You know, are they ridiculous? And we're like, no, they're actually kind of weak. But the thing about a Titan is, if you're a pilot on the ground, you don't try and take on a Titan one-on-one. You're not going to win that fight. You're just not. And like this guy's shooting at me in the window, and I throw his bullets back at him. I don't kill him, but that's one of the things you can do, right? You don't try and take the Titan on one-on-one. When you're a foot soldier, you get a primary weapon, and you get a secondary weapon, and you get what's called anti-Titan weapon, which in the beta, we got a lock-on RPG, like a rocket launcher, and we also got like this chain link machine gun kind of thing going on, and that was the better one. It's called a Sidewinder. What you want to do, and you'll be seeing throughout different parts of this video, is if a Titan's fighting another Titan, you try and pop some shots into him while his back is turned, right? That's how you do it. When you don't take on Titans one-on-one like that. Or, if the Titan's not paying attention, and there's no footage of that in this gameplay, but I have footage of it in many other gameplays, you can run up, and it's called rodeoing the Titan. If you're on foot, and let's say a Titan's back is to you, you can run up and you double jump and land on top of him. You rip off his helmet, and you take your gun, and you start shooting into the suit, and you can blow them up and stuff. And it takes a while longer for that to happen, but it can still happen. I think it's a pretty neat concept, neat idea. So Titans can go down, and the game itself, it's like this skill gap with the game. Like, if you're good in a Titan, the Titans are pretty powerful, but they're not all powerful. But if you're bad in the Titan, like my very first game, like I didn't think I was ever going to use Titans. After my first game of playing Titanfall, of course, Titans are similar kind of to support streaks in that everyone can get them no matter what. There's actually a timer. You will get a Titan, and you will be able to call down your Titans. I thought I wouldn't like Titans because they were kind of hard to use at first. At first, I was just like getting pooped on by people who were, had already been playing the beta for a few days. I just couldn't do well. But then I kind of like progressively got better with it. The game itself, and right here is an idea, perfect example. I see that Titan down the street. I'm like, guys, there's a Titan. And I go back inside. I pull out my anti-tank rifle launcher thingy. And I start popping some shots into his back and calling my own Titan. That's how you take on Titans if you're a pilot and you're on foot. But back to what I was saying, I didn't think I would like being as a Titan because I was kind of bad at it. And what I like about the game is that there is a definite skill gap with this game. If you come into Titanfall thinking you're good at Call of Duty, therefore you're good at Titanfall, you're not gonna be. You're just not. One of the things I don't like about Call of Duty is that the player base, like, you can spend all the time in the world like getting good at Call of Duty, and there's so many people out there that are like, hey, I'm good at Call of Duty, I'm awesome. But Call of Duty is the kind of game that doesn't take a whole lot to get good at, right? This is gonna be a game. Titanfall will be a game where it does take a lot to be good at. It's also, and this is kind of a drawback to me, in my opinion, it's actually kind of a negative thing about the game, it's a game where it is so skill-based that if you're not running with friends or running with like an organized party, you're going to have a lot more difficulty. Call of Duty has always been a game where it's a skill-based game. Don't get me wrong, Call of Duty is a skill-based game, but it's a skill-based game in that I could go into a game and win that game, maybe not have fun, but I can basically, I'm sure you guys have done it too, you can win a match kind of just by yourself. One player can really carry the team. Like you'll be the one getting all, like, not all the kills, but tons of kills and tons of captures and playing the objective and doing well. Like one person or two people can carry a team. Doesn't happen in Titanfall. If you're facing, this actually was my experience when I first started playing the game. It was just myself and Foxhound at the initial start of me playing the beta, and the two of us were taking on a party of 4. There's 2 of us, 4 random people versus a party of 4 and 2 random people. We did well. They keep track of your stats in the beta. We played 12 games. We won 2 of them and lost 10. I was MVP of 3 of those matches, and I placed in the top 3 of all the people in the lobby every single match. But like I said, we won 2 and lost 10. As good as I was doing, as good as Foxhound was doing, we couldn't win just because we were outnumbered. It's a skill-based, team-based game, which that might throw off a lot of people, I believe. We'll have to see about that. It's pretty interesting with the different abilities and different things that go on. Like right there, I shot that guy and I'm hurt. I prefer the stim ability. 2 of the abilities we got with the beta. One was, I think it's called Cloak, where basically you go invisible. It's not really invisible, but you're invisible to Titans, so that's a thing. If you use Cloak, you are invisible to Titans, but you are pretty visible still to people, like actual players on the ground. Or you can use a stim, and I prefer the stim. Stim basically makes it so for a short period of time you regen your health really fast, and you can also move faster. So it's perfect for like when I shot that guy with my SMG on the stairs, and I was pretty hurt, I barely won the gunfight, I use my stim, it gives me time to run away, and also gives me faster health regeneration to get my health back up. And maybe that's because I've been spoiled by things like Call of Duty, where in Call of Duty, your health regenerates relatively quickly, or maybe in Battlefield 4 where I'm used to playing as a medic and I can just throw down health and heal myself. Maybe I've been spoiled by that. Maybe that's why I like the stim ordnance, I think it's called. It's one of the abilities that you get as a soldier. Once again, the lingo, I don't really have all the lingo down, but Titanfall overall, it was a pretty fun game. Once again, though, we only have 4 guns, or possibly 5 if you count the burn cards, which burn cards are pretty interesting. I think I guess we'll talk about that in the closing topic of this, as well as I want to talk about NPC real quick. Burn cards. Burn cards are essentially kind of like perks, but not really. So at the beginning of every game, you can have 3 burn cards, and you choose them before the game starts in the pre-game lobby. And then you have the ability to use those 3 burn cards during the game. Now, they're not like perks from other games. They're basically like, there's a burn card that makes your carbine rifle really powerful. The thing about a burn card is if you're using it and you die, you lose the abilities of that burn card, and the burn card goes away forever. That's one of the things. So if you use an LMG burn card, it'll replace your weapon with this high-powered LMG that kicks like a mule. So that's an interesting idea, an interesting concept, I believe. And right here at the end of the video, I said I'd talk about it, and I figured I'd cover on it really quickly. The NPCs in the game. So there are 6 players on each team, all of us serving as pilots. And then there's a bunch of AI. They are in the form of grunts, in the form of specters. Alright, these are basically little robot guys or little soldiers that run around, and basically they're self-esteem boosters in that you can just shoot them up and get kills on them and get a little bit of points and stuff like that, but for the most part, they really don't serve a big purpose other than completing challenges. Completing challenges such as if you want to unlock the equivalent of a red dot sight on your submachine gun, you need to take out 100 grunts, and grunts, and once again, are NPCs, not actual players. They don't really serve a huge purpose. Maybe there's some greater purpose they're going to serve later on in the game, but from what I can tell, they're just kind of there to kind of make the game seem a bit more fast-paced as a way to get some points and as a way to get some challenges. But they really, I'm sure you guys have seen in videos, the NPCs are pretty stupid. I don't even think it's possible that I know it's possible to die to an NPC, but you'd have to do something pretty bad to die, because these guys are worse than recruit bots. They're just very bad. So either way, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed my first impressions video of Titanfall. Overall, I like the game. Will it be the COD killer? I think we're going to wait to another video to talk about that, because that's a whole topic in and of itself. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, though. The Xbox One, if you guys are Xbox One players, they actually just opened the beta. I'm not sure how long it's going to be going on for, but they opened the beta in that all you have to do is go to your games, go to demos, and download the Titanfall beta. It's open, it's free, anyone can get on it now. You don't need a special code or anything. Anyone can get on it on the Xbox One. You still need a code if you're on the PC, so sorry to you guys out there. And to the PlayStation guys, well, I don't know, you don't get Titanfall because exclusives, yay. I always hate the idea of exclusives, but I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a rating and let me know in the comments what are your guys' experiences with Titanfall so far, be it actually playing the game or be it watching videos. Are you excited for it? I know I am. It's going to be a cool game. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I was banging 7 gram rocks, that's how I roll. I got one